2 Russian missiles allegedly slammed into a multi-story residential building in Ukraine's city of Kharkiv on January 2nd, triggering a deadly inferno and widespread destruction. Regional Governor Ol Syniehubov accused Russia of killing 2 people and injuring at least 25 others in the strike, calling it yet another deliberate hit on civilians. A preliminary investigation found the bodies of a woman and her son under the rubble of the collapsed building, Syniehubov said, as rescuers continued to sift through debris. Ukraine's State Emergency Service reported that crews were still working at the scene, searching for people feared trapped beneath the ruins of the shattered apartment block.
These are civilian objects. As you see, this is an old residential area in downtown Kharkiv. People have always lived in these 5-story buildings. As you see, there are no military objects nearby.
Russia's defense ministry, however, posted a message on social media denying that its forces targeted civilians in Kharkiv, rejecting Kyiv's accusations. Instead, Moscow claimed the blast was caused by the detonation of Ukrainian military ammunition stored in the building area, suggesting Kyiv bore responsibility for the explosion. Russian Ministry of Defense said, quote, "The information about the alleged attack by the Russian armed forces on Kharkiv on the 2nd of January is not true. The armed forces of the Russian Federation neither planned nor launched attacks using missile weapons or aircraft weapons within the city of Kharkiv." The statements of the Kyiv regime about the alleged Russian strike on Kharkiv are intended to distract the attention of the international community from the violent terrorist attack committed by the AFU on the night of the 1st of January against civilians in the settlement of Khorly in Kherson region. At the same time, Russia said it had launched a series of revenge strikes against Ukraine in response to what it called recent terrorist attacks on Russian territory. In a formal statement, the Russian Defense Ministry said its forces had carried out precision strikes aimed at sites it described as being linked to attacks on civilian infrastructure. Moscow's retaliation was portrayed as a response to both the deadly New Year's Eve incident in Kherson region and an alleged attempt to kill President Putin. Russian Ministry of Defense said, quote, "In response to the terrorist attacks launched by Ukraine against civilian facilities in the Russian Federation from the 27th of December, 2025 to the 2nd of January, 2026, the Russian armed forces carried out 1 massive and 6 group strikes with high-precision weapons, including Kinzhal hypersonic air-launched ballistic missiles. As the result were hit enterprises of the Ukrainian defense industry, energy facilities providing them with work, transport, and port infrastructure used for the interests of the armed forces of Ukraine, assembly centers for the production of missile engine components, sites where long-range attack drones are produced and prepared for launch, fuel and ammunition depots, as well as temporary deployment areas of Ukrainian armed formations and foreign mercenaries." Russian officials claim that multiple Ukrainian drones struck the village of Khorly shortly before midnight on December 31st, hitting people gathered to celebrate the new year. According to those officials, at least 24 people were killed and more than 50 others wounded in the Khorly attack, including women and children. The reported revenge strikes also came just days after Russia accused Ukraine of sending drones to attack Putin's state residence in the Novgorod region. Ukraine has denied all such allegations, insisting that Moscow is fabricating incidents as a diversion from US-led peace talks and its own actions against Ukrainian cities. US President Donald Trump initially reacted angrily to Putin's briefing about the alleged Ukrainian assassination attempt, expressing frustration over the supposed drone strike. However, Trump appeared to change tune toward Russia after US intelligence agencies, including the CIA, reportedly assessed that Kyiv had not carried out a strike on Putin's house. Russia later released video footage which it says shows drones being shot down over the Novgorod region, near the Russian leader's residence. Moscow claims that flight data extracted from one of the drones indicated its program target was Putin's residence, evidence it says proves Ukrainian responsibility. Russian officials say they have passed this flight data intelligence to US authorities, accusing Western governments of ignoring or downplaying the findings as they dismiss the Kremlin's charges.